Hi, something that comes up a lot in schools and from parents is children having difficulty hearing the difference between those teen and T numbers. Lots of young children, as they're learning the numbers, struggle to hear the difference between them. And any children who have a history of any sort of hearing difficulties like glue ear or any other permanent hearing loss, and those who have language difficulties and difficulties hearing those subtle differences between sounds struggle. And partly it's because of the words. So they are what we call minimal pairs. There is only the tiniest difference between those two words. So if you take 50 and 15 and you look at my mouth, there's nothing much there to see that tells me one's got an N sound on the end and one hasn't. 50, 15. And that's because my tongue goes up behind my teeth for the teen, so there's nothing sticking out. It's not like a f or a th that you can see the ending to. So what do? We do what speech therapists always do, and we go visual. So what we've found successful over the years is to use the cued articulation gesture for N when we're saying any teen numbers. So for example, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So what that does is it's showing with our fingers that there was a teen going on there. So even if the children can't hear it, and you think about how subtle it is even now when I'm just talking to the video, and you think about a classroom with any sort of level of background noise, how difficult it is to pick that really subtle difference. And then obviously if you write down the wrong number, you're already off on the wrong foot with whatever maths you need to do with it. So it really helps if the teacher or the adult, the parent, whoever it is, can use their fingers to cue which one they're saying. So that's the first thing. So that was what we do for our teen numbers. We use the cued articulation for N and mark that. For T, the T numbers, what I've taught children to do is mime having a cup of tea. 20, 30, 40, 50, etc. So that there's a clear difference between whether you're saying 50 or 15. It's just visually, I know now. So that really helps.
So this is our poster that we've made to help children remember those two gestures, the teen and the T numbers. So I would spend some time with them, not doing maths problems, but just literally practicing the numbers, saying them and seeing which one that they point to the right one that you've said. So 15, 50, can you find it for me? Swap round, so they're doing it. Do some sort of bingo, so they're just putting counters on the ones that you heard. You can make yourself a second copy or just write those numbers on cards and then turn them around so they can see that they're right, that the one they found matches the one you said and your gesture. So you want to be confident that they can find those numbers and hear those numbers when you're using the cues. You can then try and do it without the cues once they've tuned in a little bit to the sounds and see if they can manage it. If they can't, don't worry, just keep going with the cues. And a final thing that's helpful about those gestures is that they give a little clue into how to write those numbers. So with the teen numbers, your fingers are making nearly a straight line to remind you of the 1 that you need at the beginning of all of those, that they all start with a 1. And the T numbers, and think about the round circle at the top of a cup of tea to help you remember that they all need a 0 in them, in the T numbers. So I hope that video is helpful and gives you a few tips, and we'll see you again soon.